Look at this. This is so bad. Some of these beds I've already cleared out of weeds, but when, you know, it rains profusely and you're pretty much the only person that is working on the garden because my husband is so busy doing everything else, yeah, there's not too much that can be done. And look, this is the weed barrier. You guys see it? That's my shadow. This is the weed barrier right here. So why in the world is there all these weeds right here? Look, there's some overgrown okra that's right there. Like, this is just the craziest thing ever. It's so nuts. But here's my Vigo garden bed. You guys will remember this from when I did my potato harvest, and now it just all looks like this. And so my husband's like, let's get the flame weeder and burn it all down and start from scratch. And oh, I almost am with him in wanting to do that. Okay, so usually on Thursday evenings is when I take out a little bit of time for myself. But the way this garden is looking, I just decided, you know what? I just better make some time and not do what I usually do. Get ready to move out the plants that are still viable. I'm gonna try to harvest a couple of things where I can. Brandon's gonna come through tomorrow. He convinced me to just let him come through and literally just flame weed wherever he can. Of course, he's gonna try to pull up all of the weed barriers. So I know that I've got some pepper plants in here, some eggplant plants, and you can see the sun is already over there, and of course it's over there because we only got an hour left. So we're just gonna try our best to do what we can to get it done. So pray for me. So it really doesn't help that it's decided to start monsooning today, and I've been saying that it's been raining on and off and on and off and on and off, and today two times, I think it was just 2 times, not 3 times, it just, like, the sky opened up and it was just like whoosh, you know, and it did that for a really, really long time. So this stuff is wet. The grass is a little bit higher than we like it to be. This stuff is going to be wet, so it's not going to be an easy job. It's not going to be clean at all whatsoever. Okay, try to get in here and get the tomatoes that are still good. This plant is probably still able to be harvested from for a while now, but these weeds are just too much. So Brandon wins. I'm gonna harvest what I can, and then he's gonna come behind me and just start getting everything taken care of. There are all types of bugs in here. I see them. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The good thing about these sun gold tomatoes is that they grow pretty quickly. So it won't be so terrible that we have to start over from scratch. I just feel bad. You know, a lot of hard work went into this, and you never want to see your hard work go to waste. But gotta do what we gotta do. I'm really just gonna start pulling these, because the majority of them are gonna go to the pigs anyway. So I'll get what I can, and then what I can't get, I'll be fine. Oh, I want to cry. I'm not going to, because this is how farming is sometimes. It's just like that. So as a farmer, you have to do your best. Not to be cliche, but sometimes your best really is not good enough. This is not what I really wanted to work on, but I don't want him to just come through like the Terminator, and there's all of these tomatoes on here that are good, we can preserve, because he will come through like the Terminator with the weed, with the flame weeder, and that will be all she wrote. So I'm really just trying to get what I can get, whatever that is. Oh, this is the first tomato plant I pulled. The first tomato plant I pulled. Jacked up my cage in the interim, and I think I decided that, yeah, I don't want to work on this. I'm just gonna let Brandon take whatever he needs to take and do whatever he needs to do, because it just makes more sense for me to use my time and my energy with getting the plants out of here that are going to be still viable, that I am going to still try to harvest or eat from, and it's not these tomatoes. I would really love to come in here and get these ping-tongue eggplants repotted, and as you can see, like, for the most part, these tomatoes are overtaken by some of everything. This right here is the Black Beauty eggplant. I would really love to move that. These tomatoes, no bueno. Tomatillo plant, no bueno. You know, this tomato plant does still have some tomatoes growing, but you can see it also has leaf-footed bugs. And then these poor tomatoes, oh my goodness. They're just no good. Look at these, no good, no good, no good, no good. Leaf-footed bugs all over the place. So stressful that these have come out like this, but I'm just gonna get in there and do what I can to get what I can. So I'm just gonna continue on. I've got some Thai basil. Yeah, you can see it. I've got some Thai basil right here that I'm gonna try to pull up so I can move it, so I can try to save it, because the basil will last the whole season. Let's see if we can get this to work for us. Oh, goodness gracious. One plant. Ooh, it smells delicious. Two plants. And I'm gonna hurry and go and replant these. I'm gonna put these in my Vigo garden bed for right now because I don't have any pots. All right, so as you can see, I was able to successfully get the Thai basil into the Vigo garden bed. I also was able to go around the garden, fight through all of the weeds and the really, really tall grass, and I found a couple of pepper plants. Okay, it's getting dark. I barely got anything done, but I'm thankful for what I was able to get done. I pulled up a couple of eggplants, maybe like 3 or 4 peppers. I pulled up pepper plants. I didn't pull up any tomato plants because they're infested with bugs, and I just don't have time for that. And I pulled up some basil plants and some mint plants. Now I know these things are going to look terrible like tomorrow, but I'm going to try to repot them and baby them and hopefully keep them alive so they can thrive and still go on, because there is a lot more summer left and then we go into fall. So it doesn't really get too cold here until, like, you know, in late October, early November, but it's been warm here as late as December. So I want these plants to thrive and live and do what they're supposed to do. I thought I had some potting soil in the bag, but all I have is my organic pro mix, so this isn't a lot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on one. I don't have a lot of time anyways this morning, so I'm just gonna do one, and then as Brandon comes out here later on this morning, because this afternoon is gonna be too hot, I'm gonna have him finish filling up these pots, and what I'm gonna do is fill them up. I'm gonna add some fertilizer to it, but I just realized that I left my fertilizer in the house. But we're gonna try to keep these plants alive. That's the plan. And then what I did is I tried to get the widest based plants that I could get, so that, you know, the roots can continue to grow, form and develop, and then it'd be easier for me to move it out of this pot into a permanent location, whether that be in the ground or into a bigger pot. But eggplants and peppers both take so long to grow, and so it's just easier for me to try to keep them alive than it is for me to start again from scratch. And so tomatoes I can start again from scratch, cucumbers, you know, greens, all of that can start from scratch. But tomatoes, I didn't really want to do that because it takes so long for that to grow. And I am just gonna pop some garden soil over the top of it so that I can make sure that it stands up well. And obviously I'm not prepared for this because I got on sandals this morning. But I wanted to at least try to get it started before I had to go to work. So I will come back and fertilize this one eggplant. I will also start trimming some of these leaves. I don't see any bugs on this one per se, but last night I went through and I took off all of the bat fruit. But you can tell it definitely was getting eaten by something because these leaves have tons of holes in them. Last year, I believe my eggplants got white flies, and that was a whole hot mess. So this year I'm hoping that it'll be better. So we're gonna just do this one for now. It's all potted up, and we'll come back later and finish the job, or maybe we'll get Brandon to do it. We'll see. All right, so here's my tree pot. On second thought, this is not gonna work because when I put this in there, this is what it looks like. I just cannot, I'm sorry, I'm using one hand, but I just cannot have the roots sticking up like this. All right, it looks a little sad right now, but this is where it's gonna be at, over here between my lemongrass and this rosemary. I did pull all that one eggplant off of it. It's a little squishy, so I'm gonna give that to the pigs, but whew, that part's done. I didn't put on a hat or anything because I thought I was just gonna come out here real quick, but of course, in true fashion, I started working. So unfortunately, it started pouring. So work is suspended probably for the whole day, probably for the whole day. I was gonna say maybe for a little bit, but this rain, like yesterday, it poured like 2 or 3 separate times, and it was just ridiculous outside. So what do you do? I'm thankful for the work that was able to get done. So we're gonna close out this video here. Farm life is crazy sometimes, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.